when the hair is pulled back real tight, the eyebrows are slicked up to the gods, and I got this little earring on, just know it's getting serious, baby. It's getting serious. See, I love my hair, but sometimes I get frustrated. And actually, after I got my hair cut, go watch that video. Oh! Yeah, it's loading up. The fist is loading up, baby. But now that I have shape, I'm more inclined for my hair to be big.
What's big?
Okay, voluminous.
Your upper body.
But there's still something that's kind of like in the way, which is why I'm in front of you right now looking like I'm wearing a bald cap in the color 1B. There are too many options. Girl, choose one. I be wanting to punch myself in the face. Hello?
Hello?
Decision paralysis is a very real thing for me. I did spring cleaning a while ago and I got rid of like 50% of my hair products and I still have too many left. And I do it to myself. I'm looking in the mirror. You did this, baby.
And when I say somebody, I mean you.
I would have to rewash and restyle my hair 5 times every single day for the next 2 years for me to use all of my products up. I did the math. No, I didn't. Either way, let's get rid of some stuff. Okay, so these are all my hair products, girl. I need to get rid of some of this stuff. And there's some stuff down there as well.
Trash.
Some of the stuff I do use and I do like and I will keep. But I really want to get everything down to maybe 1 shelf rather than 2 and kind of like a 3rd. Honestly, it's the shampoos and conditioners that I don't really care about. So I'm just going to clear out a bunch of stuff and I'll come right back. All right, I got everything down to 1 shelf. Yeah! I have some outliers here. Stuff that I rarely use, but I'm like, I guess I spent money on it. I don't know when the next time I'm going to use this. Girl, when am I going to use that? But I do have my thermal spray and stuff like that. Stuff that I really rarely use. Some tools that I haven't opened yet. But up here, everything is stuff that I am going to use or I already like and I use. I have my WillOnAWhim gel back there and like the few gels that I really, really like. Unopened things that I'm like, yeah, I would use that. My favorite hair masks, all my mousse. And that's pretty much it. Even this is like still a lot for me. So I'm going to work on using the things that I haven't used yet to see if I like it, and then like, girl, move,
Go that way.
get out of
Go
here.
that way.
Okay, now that my hair product shelf isn't getting on my nerves, I just want to press reset on my hair, breathe, detangle, and throw in an audiobook from Audible. This video is sponsored by Audible. Thank goodness, because one thing about me, I'm always looking for a little audiobook to reset. And one thing about Audible is that it has all of your audio entertainment in one place, spanning across just about every single genre. So as an Audible member, you get 1 free audiobook every single month to keep, and that's yours forever, girl. You ain't got to give it back. Imagine they snatch it back. They don't, baby. It's yours. Plus, on top of that, you get full access to podcasts, guided meditation, Audible originals, sleep tracks, celebrity memoirs, bestsellers, all for you to download whenever you want. So go ahead, visit www.audible.com/WillOnAWhim, or you can text WillOnAWhim to 500-500 if you want to try Audible for free for 30 days. I'm restarting this year by listening to The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. People have recommended me this title for years now as something that's helped them kind of lay a new foundation for working through and kind of maximizing the peace that you find in interpersonal relationships. And listening to the audiobook really is a journey. It kind of helps you clean up knotted up frustrations with people from your past or even your present that you've kind of kicked to the back of your brain. And then it gives you some action items to give yourself grace with mistakes that you might have made in the past. I like it, and it's definitely like a timely reset for me as I head into the fall and I spend more time with friends and family. I recommend this to you all. Like I said, if you want to listen to this, you can. If you go to www.audible.com/WillOnAWhim or text WillOnAWhim to 500-500 and you can get started today for free. Shout out to Audible for sponsoring today's video. Speaking of the video, let's get back into it.
Voy donde quiero con cualquiera, donde sea, papi, voy.
So I had this whole thing planned. I was going to use this detangling nectar from Pattern Beauty, which sounds delicious. Let me smell her. She smells like nectar, but like in an herbal way. But I was going to use this with my steamer right here. I have not used this steamer in, I would say, I don't know, a year. There's a little bit of water left in there, and the water is cloudy.
What?
I'm scared, and I'm putting this away. I tried emptying it out. It has this little hole here, but nothing was coming out. Maybe we should turn it on and let it kind of steam until the water's gone.
Ooh.
No. Because I don't know what this cloudy liquid is, and I'm scared. I'm not trying to have, like, mold vaporized up in my air, so I'm going to deal with that later. Girl, I'm just going to detangle. Ooh!
Whoa!
She is wet. Detangling nectar. It says apply to wet or dry hair. Detangle hair with a wide tooth comb or a shower brush. Okay, girl. Wow, it's really slippery. Wow. If you're somebody who, I don't know, struggles through detangling your hair, which detangling is important. I used to think it wasn't that important, but it is important to detangle your hair and to get any shed hair out because your hair sheds all the time. And with curly hair, it's easier for that shed hair to get tangled in there. The more knots existing in your hair, the harder it is to maybe shampoo because all of the surface area of your hair is like tangled up and knots. And you want to clean the entirety of your hair strand so that when you put your styling products on there, they work.
Papi boy, donde quiero con cualquiera, donde sea, papi boy.
It's really giving Bob now that I think about it. The directions don't really say to rinse this out, which is interesting. So I'm wondering at which step they want you to use this. Because I like the shine and the volume that it's giving me. So I'm like, maybe this is kind of a styler. I think this might be a styler. Which is so annoying because it's kind of cute. And now I gotta go rinse it off. Girl, meet me in the shower. Okay, I got the podcast blasting in the back. The temperature of the water is just right. It's on, baby. I'm starting off with a little rinse. I mean, imagine if I didn't. The world would stop. Anyways, next I'm going to go in with my shampoo, except I'm not.
Oh my God.
Baby, this is conditioner. Imagine how shocked I was when I realized I left my shampoo downstairs. Why shampoo and conditioners traditionally come in the same shaped and colored bottles is beyond me, but it leads to this. A confused, almost 30-year-old black man alone and afraid for the quality of his wash day. Thankfully, I had my Miche beauty cleanser within arm's reach. She gets the job done and has a rad nozzle attachment that guides the product straight to my scalp. I also left my shampoo brush downstairs, so I'm using my fingers to scrub my scalp. Best believe all 10 of them things expecting a W-2 in the mail come January because they went to work. I'm going to rinse that out quickly, but also thoroughly, and then I'm going to be as heavy-handed as possible without looking greedy with my Royal Oils Deep Conditioner from Head & Shoulders. It has pyrithione zinc in it, which to this day has been the best anti-dandruff weapon in my arsenal. 10 minutes later, I'm rinsing this out so that I can get back to enjoying the rest of my life. Girl, that shower just pissed me off. I'm so done. So pulling back the curtain, I have 2 bathrooms. One is upstairs, one is downstairs. The one that's downstairs I use as my personal bathroom. The one upstairs is strictly for filming, and maybe one day I'll take you in there to show you like how I actually film in my bathroom. It's set up with cameras and all that. The bathroom upstairs I keep minimal because that's how I like to work. I can't have 1,000,001 things all over the place. So there's only products in there that I actually am going to use in front of the camera. The issue is that I don't wash my hair only in the bathroom upstairs. I wash my hair when I'm off camera downstairs. Contrary to what you might believe, taking a shower in front of a camera is not relaxing. Feeling like the girls are watching you when you're not even intending to make a video? No, thank you. What I've been meaning to do is just buy 2 of everything to put upstairs and downstairs, but I'm not gonna do that, girl. Do you know what ADHD is?
ADHD. ADHD.
ADHD. Girl, I'm never gonna do it. I'm never gonna do it. So sometimes I'll be upstairs and I'll click film and my body's wet, my hair's wet, which means I'm locked up, girl. I'm locked up, they won't let me out, no. It's very much that. I'm not taking my wet body walking all the way downstairs. That's the coldest you'll ever be. I've said that once and I'll say it again. The coldest you'll ever be is walking through your house naked to go get something you left out of the shower. So if I left my shampoo, if I left my deep conditioner downstairs, I'm not going to get it. I gotta use whatever's there, baby. And that's what I did today, which actually inspired me to just continue with the Miche because I used it before and I loved it. My wash and go lasted maybe like 3 days, but that was fine with me. I loved it. The smell isn't nauseating. It's moisturizing. It's just, you do have to redo it in like 3 days. But I'm okay with that. And that's part of like my whole reset anyway. The nature of what I do here on YouTube requires that I kind of review a bunch of different products. And I think what that has done for me over time is made me kind of exhausted.
Because I'm tired.
Over the years, I realized that companies make products for every little thing. They kind of make up an issue and then they go, here's a product to fix it. So there's a product for every single thing. And while it's fun to review those things, personally, I don't really need it, you know? But I still review it because I know there's somebody out there who might. Still for me though, girl, it's like, let's make it simple. Simple as possible. I want to use as few products as possible to keep my hair good without cutting any corners, you know what I mean? I still need my hair to be clean and conditioned.
Period. There
also seems to be this like growing sentiment where people think I'm using like too many products and so my hair is like getting messed up or I'm experiencing more issues with my hair.
Well, necessarily.
One, I'm not really experiencing too many issues with my hair that I haven't been experiencing since I started growing my hair out. I have been kind of exhausted with doing my hair every single week, but I pretty much have figured that out, i.e. like I'm using a mousse and it's a one and done step.
Just one.
I haven't had issues with dryness or anything like that. I've had issues with my scalp, which in that regard, girl, I kind of agree with y'all. It's like, girl, all these products, using a bunch of different products ain't really too good for my scalp in particular. So one of the things that I do is like, I don't use leave-in conditioners anymore.
For real?
And that's where I'm pretty much hopping on a train with the no oils, no butters girls. While I've used in the past, I hadn't really been into it, like using hard butters, pure oils, because they always seem to exacerbate my scalp issues. But when I got rid of leave-in conditioners, which do largely have like oils and butters in them, my scalp has been so much better. Dandruff affects a lot of us, but not all of us. So this is a disclaimer to say like, don't just follow what I do. You know what I mean? If leave-in conditioners work for you, then keep on using them, girl. I'm not saying that they're bad or anything like that. It's like, whatever. Do you, girl. But for me and my hair, it's been like amazing. Y'all also know that I've had breakage at the top of my head where it's like kind of dramatic. However, I don't necessarily attribute that to using a bunch of different products. I'm open to believing that that's the case, but nobody's really convinced me of that because I've had that issue since the very beginning, even before I was on YouTube. And to kind of close this out, although I have a bunch of hair products and I've tried maybe like, I'm going to confidently say like 6 different hair products, like different hairlines in the past year, I would say that that's not a lot, especially since I'm not using those products every single day because I usually use the same stuff. I revert back to the same thing.
Nothing new, nothing changed, same old.
It's very rare that I'll try a new product and like it more than the stuff that I've already found works for me. I'm looking for innovation and simplicity. If you're making hair care more complicated, girl, I'm not adopting you into my hair routine. Girl, I don't need no extra steps. Okay, another thing that I've been seeing lately is discourse about curly cuts. Haircuts performed on curly hair in their dry state. No straightening, no blowing out, and they're more about shaping the hair versus like getting rid of dead ends. I think this is interesting because it feels like the way that information is disseminated, especially in the natural hair community, it's like a game of telephone where you whisper into somebody's ear, but they can't hear you clearly. And then they're supposed to go and like tell other people exactly what you said, but they misheard you a little bit. They kind of only heard what they wanted to hear. And then they like keep disseminating the information to the point where down the line, the original person's statement is completely muffled. I personally, with the research that I've done and the hairstylists that I've talked to, don't think curly cuts are bad at all. I've been getting them for 6 years and I'm fine.
Okay. No, I'm just saying. I know. Reason being. No, I know. No. I know you know. I know.
People have kind of been projecting onto me in my comment section like whatever they've heard about curly cuts and kind of assuming that I'm having issues with my hair because of cuts that I've had in the past. Things like you're experiencing dryness and difficulty like retaining length because you got a diva cut twice. But I've also not experienced that. Like maybe somebody else has, but I haven't. Like I'm fine. Especially because I go to stylists and I have a conversation with them before they cut my hair. I'm like, okay, it's been like a year. We need to trim. Okay, let's trim first and then let's get some shape in. I think maybe people have gone to hairstylists where it's just about getting a shape. Like people are more obsessed with the shape of their hair than getting rid of ends that may not serve them. And so they end up with choppiness, breakage. Not me though.
Ooh.
My hairstylists from the very beginning have always come through and I'm so thankful for that. But I also realized that I've spent a lot of money going to people who are professional and experienced. So I don't regret my curly haircuts at all, especially because after my haircuts, I feel so rejuvenated.
Yes. Ooh, stiff was.
My hair gets so uneven because of the difference in curl patterns that I have. On the sides, it's like looser and in the back, it's so much tighter. Because my hair all over my head is growing at the same rate, the hair on the sides is going to grow longer, faster. So I always end up having to use bobby pins to kind of make it all the same length. And then I stop liking my wash and goes and I'm like exhausted. Now, if I got a traditional trim where somebody straightened my hair and then cut it all to one length, we love those little videos on Instagram where people are like, where should we cut? And then they cut somebody's silk press straight across. But for me, that makes no sense for the way that I wear my hair, which is typically in its curly state. Because that doesn't take into account the fact that if I have 2 hair strands that are the same length when they're straightened, when you put some water on that hoe, those hair strands are going to shrink up to different levels because they have different curl patterns. And then your wash and go is very much choppy and you don't have any shape. Now, if you're getting silk presses all the time and you wear your hair blown out, then like get your hair trimmed when it's blown out.
This is my real hair. I just got me a nice silk press.
That way it looks more appealing to you in that state. That being said, I have not pressed my hair out in over maybe 7 years because I just know that I'm going to be the one to get the damage. The last time I straightened my hair in college, and baby, I might as well have gotten a perm. I was fighting hard to get my curl pattern back.
Ooh, Jesus. Ooh.
It wasn't coming back, baby. So if you have any recommendations for stylists who you think would like do a good job and care about the health of my hair in terms of silk pressing it, like please put them girls down below. Like let me know. And when I say girls, I mean girls.
How you doing?
Speaking of resets though, it's starting to look like I'm gonna move.
I am leaving.
Yeah, Arizona is not doing it for me anymore. I was waiting for it to kind of feel like this, where it's like, okay, I'm ready to move on. And it's finally feeling like this. And it could be because I don't got a man no more.
Real bad.
But I can't do this no more. It's 115 degrees out here straight for like 3 months. Going outside is miserable.
I'm coming to the edge.
I can't do this no more. I gotta go. I gotta move. So I have a few options that I've kind of created for myself, and one of them is just moving to the East Coast. I found a few apartments in New York that I'm like, okay,
All right.
I can do that, even though it's significantly smaller than what I'm used to. I'm like, okay, I could do that, you know. Philly shocked me, okay, when I saw the apartments there, in a good way. I think Philly was one of those like industrial cities, so there's lots of factories that have been redeveloped into apartments, and so you get the high ceilings, the big windows, the concrete floors, the industrial vibe, which is kind of what I'm into. I'm into artist lofts. Chipotle. Well, if you ever been to a Chipotle, I want to live in there. I want to live inside of a Chipotle.
I'm packing my bags.
Speaking of Chipotle, what's up with these big old thick glass pane windows in front of the food? I get that you're trying to keep it safe, baby, but we can't hear each other. I'm like, a tortilla on the side. A tortilla on the side. Turn the music off or cut the chit chat.
Shut up.
Cut the chit chat, because you can't hear me through this bulletproof glass. I asked for black beans, baby, not them brown ones. But anyway, girl, I'm finished with my hair. I'm going to let this dry and then I'll be right back. Okay, girl, I'll stay here for 4 hours. I'm tired. I've been twiddling my thumbs. I imagine that's what they mean when they say that. Girl, I'm gonna go ahead and blow dry it. It's 10 o'clock at night, baby. It's 10 o'clock at night. So I'm gonna fire up the grill and flame her. Cause she should have been dry. She should have been dry. So my hair was only a little wet at the roots, so I diffused close to the scalp until everything was dry. Then I took the attachment off to let the airflow loosen up the curls. And then I stretched the underside of my hair to kind of lengthen everything. And boom, we're finished.
Donde sea, papi.
Thank y'all for hanging out with me today. If you haven't seen my haircut video, check that out. I'll link it in the card and below. Like the video if you liked it, and follow me everywhere, girl, online. Just don't follow me in real life. I hope to see you back here for another episode of Will on a Whim, but until then, bye.
Boy.